Henry McClure live at the scene of the crime. So I was gone for 18 years. I came back in the year 2000. And you know, right here at 21st and Adams, over there was a trailer park that Terry Hummer owned. And Craig Spoomer, city attorney, wherever that guy is, I'd like to get his address and send him a Christmas card. But Craig Spoomer was with code compliance, and he was having a time with Terry Hummer, and I finally talked Terry Hummer into letting me sell the land. And I demoed it, thanks to Dave Herman's excavating. And then Mike Wilson, Scott Gales, and Pioneer Group made a deal, and they built that really nice affordable housing project, tax credit thing. So I've been trying to get affordable housing in here for years. But here, so I had this listed as a broker. That was my only responsibility, to sell the property for a couple of years. And the first thing I told the guy that owned it was, you ought to terminate the guy that's been here all these years, because, man, you start taking ownership in it after all these years. But listen, he didn't have a water meter here for 13 months after digging into this whole thing. That's not my fault. It's not the owner's fault of the land. But the city of Topeka constructively evicted the guy due to city code. You can't live in a building. You can't live in a building that doesn't have a water meter or water service. Well, I just got a call from the trailer park guy, and he says there's homeless people living in it. So what Topeka does, well, you know, first they'll blame me, because that's the easiest. You know, that guy, that corruption dude, the dog fighting, come out of behind the scenes there, Wizard of Oz. Be this guy that takes it head on. You know, there's some words that Henry McClure, the real estate developer, could use to make a point. But the mayor of Topeka probably shouldn't call you what I want to call you. But it'd be a farm with a bunch of chickens. It'd be there. Because you can't, but that's Topeka. Actually, I don't blame the guy. But it takes guts to be the guy, right? It takes guts to be me. Maybe that's not the mayor you're looking for. A mayor that's willing to stand up. We didn't harm this guy. The owner of the real estate didn't harm him. I didn't harm him. You know, at what point in time do you look at the family? A bunch of people have been calling me about the article in the paper. I'm not going to address it. Look, CJ Online, they don't want me to be the mayor. I was on X and saw some funny posts, and I didn't retweet them. But I will later. Well, who do you blame today? My signs aren't on these corners. But city manager, the trailer park guy has got a problem with the homeless encampment. I think it starts with the city manager today. But that's Topeka, Kansas. First day I met McBride was in a courtroom. Because even though he's constructively evicted, it's not the city's responsibility to go in and throw the guy out. So we had to go in and evict the guy, even though he can't live there legally because of no water meter for 13 months. And that was the day I met Joe McBride. I was with the owner's attorney. I had signed papers that I was the attorney at fact, so I could speak for the landlord. McBride goes, Your Honor, I think Mr. McClure and the city of Topeka are in the middle of a feud. I think I've already said this once today. It just keeps coming up. The judge goes, Hey, you're going to give him another 45 days to vacate, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, I am. But quit blaming people, Topeka. Stop blaming everybody. Take some responsibility for yourself. Who's ever making this noise, and if it's a family member, well, why don't you go look in the mirror? You guys, government's the problem. You keep looking to government for the solution. Government's the problem. Government let this thing go on longer than it should have. Not private enterprise. Government is not the solution to your problems. Look what they've done. And this guy, the guy I'm running against, is endorsed by the mayor. Well, there's your first indication that that's not the guy to vote for. The mayor is turning over a city, over $700,000 in debt, so says Joe Ledbetter. Look at all the lawsuits. Tell me one thing in the city that's looking good. What's the one positive thing in the city? The hotel. Giving Cody Foster $9.5 million. Go Topeka. Where did $125 million go? Where did it go? You know, I think there's a lot of people on Facebook that never had to go to bed without dinner because they, you know, a lot of people that got participation trophies or complainers. Come out of the shadows and speak up and be a man, Mr. Corruption dude. You're a dog. You a bad dog. Bad dog, bad dog. Henry McClure Live.